Hi, I'm Kevin Ireland with the Ogden-Weaver Chamber of Commerce, and you're watching Chamber Chat. Today I have with me Shane Lyon with Elwood Staffing. We're going to talk a little bit about workforce services. How you doing today, Shane?
Great.
So what is workforce services, and how does that interact with the Chamber, and what's that all about?
So what it is the Workforce Development Committee.
Okay.
And the Workforce Development Committee is geared to really doing that, is developing our workforce for the community.
And so how do you go about doing that as a committee?
So we have a variety of committee members that actually join. So we have everyone from HR members to businesses to educational organizations, you name it.
So what's your goal? I mean, what's the goal of the committee?
The ultimate goal is to increase and strengthen the workforce for our valued employers in all of Weaver County.
So you reach out through the educational piece as well as the employer piece and try to prepare people to fill those jobs? Is that kind of what it is?
A lot of it started out by us just talking about what was going on in each other's organizations.
Okay.
You have the educational piece of it where the educators are teaching these future workforce, these students, on what to prepare for when they get into the workforce.
Gotcha.
Well, there was a disconnect between the educators and the employers, and so our goal was to get both together to discuss what was really happening in Weaver County.
So here's the need, and here's how we need to fill it, and filling that gap.
Let's connect them. Let's put them together. Let's connect
Gotcha.
them and determine the best way to do it. Something we're doing right now is we're focusing on barriers to getting secondary education.
Okay.
Weaver State, and this is a Weaver State number, but 60% of the students who actually graduate high school don't go on to some form of post-secondary education.
So not only are you encouraging people to go out and complete additional education, but you're trying to fulfill needs in the workplace as well.
Yeah. Ultimately, right now, one of our biggest goals is to create some sort of a fundraiser where we can help cover the costs of application fees for Weaver State, for everything else. We want to remove every barrier that we possibly can for students going to work. These are long-term solutions.
Certainly.
We're also looking at short-term solutions as well. So.
I also know that you're heavily involved in putting on job fairs to try to help people in that way. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I am, yeah. The name of the company is Compass Career Fairs, and I live in the employment world between Elwood Staffing, the Workforce Development Committee, and a few years ago I came up with the idea of starting job fairs. And employment networking is ultimately what it is what our company is
Gotcha.
a networking company. Right now we're focusing on job fairs, and our events have been highly successful. We've done a lot of events actually.
So you're marrying employers with candidates that can fill the slots that they have.
We're connecting those individuals. Yeah, we're creating a need. Weaver State would put on job fairs, and they did a great job, but Weaver State was only marketing to their students. If you weren't a Weaver State student or a Weaver State alumni, you weren't going to the job fair.
Gotcha.
Now, OWATC did it for a while, but they had stopped actually this year, and so we took over the OWATC job fair and just grew it from there.
Great. And it's successful so far?
Last event we did, we had about 90 employers and close to 1,300 job seekers.
That's
that showed
awesome.
Up. Yeah, it was a big
So
day.
if somebody wants to find out about one of these jobs fairs, how would they go about doing that?
CompassCareerFairs.com, www.compasscareerfairs.com.
That's awesome. Well, Shane, thanks so much for coming in and spending a couple minutes with us and talking about a real need that we have here in the community. That is finding jobs for people and creating jobs for those people.
That's the goal. That's our future. That's what we want to get people jobs. We want to help people succeed, and that's the future.
Thanks, Shane.
Thank you.
I'm Kevin Ireland, and this is Chamber Chat.